Aha! We out aggro the aggro deck, so that's a good sign for your Dimir deck. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me at CGB, and today in the arena we brawl in the ninja way with Yuriko, aka Yuffie Kisagari. The Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow, one of the most loved, feared, and hated, all of that above commanders, has come to Magic the Gathering Arena. In the mean streets of Brawl, the interaction capital of the world, the toughest, cruelest format we have, which is very exciting. So a quick bit of love to CoolStuffInc.com and to Dragon Shield for sponsoring my channel. You can find links in the description that do support the show, including promo codes to get you a discount at either site. Hint, the code at both sites is CGB5. That's CGB5. So please support our sponsors, and thank you very much to them for sponsoring the channel. But let's get into why Yuriko is so amazing. We're going to read some new cards for a moment. One, a blue and a black for a 1/3 legendary human ninja with Commander Ninjutsu. What that means, as it says up here, you can return an unblocked attacker you control to hand. Put this card onto the battlefield from your hand or the command zone, tapped and attacking. That gets around commander attacks, much the way that Derevi does, if those of you remember how that one works. So as long as we can keep having unblocked creatures coming at the opponent, we can continue to cheat commander attacks and cheat around counter magic with Yuriko's Commander Ninjutsu ability. But wait, there's more. Whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to that card's mana value. So we want extra ninja bodies and we want extra changeling bodies because those are also ninjas, because these abilities stack. Every time we get an unblocked ninja to hit the opponent, we can get that trigger. So getting 2 or 3 of those a turn can be very powerful. And then on top of that, we want to stack the top of our library with some cards that cost a lot more than they seem like they cost, which we'll get into some big hitters of that as we explain this deck tech to all of you. So first of all, I've got this nice category here for lots of ways to keep generating, creating, and having unblockable creatures on the battlefield. Our flyers and our unblockable cards that cost 1 mana are of high priority because you want to get Yuriko on the battlefield consistently and easily. And since you keep bouncing these cards, you want them at a cheap cost, which is why Ornithopter is honestly, sincerely one of the more busted cards in the deck, being able to replay itself 4-0. Ginger Brood, I think, is a must-add. It has haste. So one thing that can go wrong for your deck is if the board is absolutely clear and empty and you don't have mana up for a flash creature, you might not be able to continue hitting your opponent with Yuriko triggers, so a haste creature becomes important. I really like Bitter Blossom. This has done a lot of work for me, and you'll see it in the gameplay, that being able to continue to get a free fairy rogue does keep the train going. And Crydell of Baldur's Gate Alchemy Edition lets you make the Yuriko itself unblockable whenever it attacks, and the Psychic Frog can hop over all kinds of things by exiling cards from your graveyard and has its own hit the opponent ability. Then we get into the ninjas, and as you see, the ninja section is equally large as we have a ton of ninjas in this build, all of which are here to make sure that we're getting multiple Yuriko triggers and closing the game. You can play Yuriko a number of ways, and I've tried a great many myself, but the one that I found the most effective is actually ending the game at a pretty fast speed and playing a traditional tempo game instead of just trying to grind the opponent out by getting Yuriko triggers over and over. We want them to die, so that means hitting with multiple ninjas and getting multiple triggers, and it means setting the top of our deck with something very large that can finish them. What can set the top of our deck? Well, a card like Brainstorm, Insatiable Avarice's Spree first ability. Scheming Symmetry is a card I would only really play in this deck, except maybe in something like a Golos, where you got to instantly cast the top of your deck. Brain Surge, Jace the Mind Sculptor's Zero ability, and even Hitsugu and Kairi do a great job of setting the top of our library so that when our ninjas hit, they hit as hard as possible. And what things do we want to hit? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've cut a lot of my favorite black and blue cards from the deck and replaced them with cards that have inflated mana values when they're a Yuriko trigger. A double-sided card has the combined mana value of both sides. So while there are better cards than Consign for its job, such as Brazen Borrower, there isn't anything quite like Consign to Oblivion that hits for 7 when you reveal it with Yuriko. Discovery also hits for 7. Commit to Memory hits for 10. Baleful Mastery and Price of Fame only hit for 4, but are often cast for only 2. Connive Concoct hits for 9. Rags to Riches hits for a whopping 11. Murderous Cut hits for 5, but is often cast for 1, and it sets up the Delve synergies that you also see in Set Adrift, Treasure Cruise, and Dig Through Time. Commandeer is often cast for free, but is mana value 7. Virtue of Persistence mana value 7, but we mostly use the adventure side of Locthwain's Scorn. You get the idea. Unholy Annex hits for 8 and is a really good card draw machine. Temporal Trespass goes for a whopping 11, but that's not even all of it. How about Emrakul the Promised End and Shadow of Mortality hitting for 13 and 15 respectively? That can get the job done. We're in my favorite colors of blue and black, which means that we do get to play a bunch of other mainstay powerful Brawl staples, as well as being a creature strategy, which makes cards like Flare of Denial and Malice particularly awesome. The fact that they can be sacrificing Yuriko and then Commander Ninjutsuing in Yuriko means we get a very cheap effect where there should be a higher cost, so those are particularly good here. We have lands that cost more mana than they're supposed to, and all of these MDFCs, including Seagate Restoration and cards like Troll of Kazakh Doom, and of course a good old blue and black mana base, focusing on untapped lands so that we can get down early and start attacking. Yuriko is a delightful strategy that I think you'll really enjoy, but don't take my word for it alone. Let's dive into the games and let them speak for themselves. Let's dive in and let the ninjutsu nonsense begin. Sorin, vampires. All the best vampires in the game for just 3 mana, or turn 1 with Dark Ritual. Nice. What's a good way to fight those? Rose Vortex is pretty good, but it's a black deck, so you have to assume they're just going to take away something that you keep. However, Reanimate's kind of nice here. Snapcaster Mage? Snap the Vortex? Turn 2 Bitter Blossom? This isn't a broken hand and is on the draw. Arguably, I should mulligan this for something more broken. But I think this is pretty good against Sorin. The Bitter Blossoms are a consistent source of pressure. So, the fairies, that is. Not the Bitter Blossom, it's... You know what I mean. I think we can run this on the draw. It's a bit more of a reactive hand than you want in this deck as well. But it's the right answers. So we could have had Vortex up, and then we could have bounced something, but it wouldn't matter with the Signet anyway. Do we get the basic because of our hate on non-basics? No, because they're monocolored. And I'll just... You know what? Sorin can burn you. Is definitely a potential burn commander. Let's just jam the enchantment, which they often have a hard time dealing with. Long Goodbye's good too. This can pick off Sorin directly. So if we draw a land, so if they go Sorin here, they're not even playing Sorin. They must not have a big vampire to cheat out. That's weird. What are they getting? Dusk Legion Zealot. That's just a little value vampire. What are they thinking? Well, this is where having a regular source of creatures is going to help a lot. Do I have a good reanimate target? Sanctum Seeker? Is that the play? Just reanimate Sanctum Seeker right now? If they had a removal spell, would I see it? I have no idea. Let's do it. We have a Snapcaster Mage. We might get 2 reanimates. Let's just have the better board. It's also a 3/4, which means Sorin doesn't bolt it. Okay. Yep, there's the hand disruption. Take your pick. I've got all kinds of effects here. We're not playing anything like a Yuriko game. This is a 100% like a generic Dimir Commander game. Mauling, yep. Okay. Well, they had to deal with the board. That felt nice. Impending is ticking. The Bitter Blossoms are here. They still have mana open, just one. They might remove Yuriko, but we just attack again next turn. Commander Ninjutsu. Oh, that's a hit. That's a land. Hey, a card draw is a card draw. They know about Tail's End. They know just casting Sorin won't do anything. So it's the Zealot. Yeah, this is not a Sorin deck having the game it wants, where it's just always cheating things out. Yeah, go for it, Duress. Why not? Maybe they take Tail's End now? Sure. Uh-huh. Sorin is here. If Sorin wants to remove Yuriko, that's fine. We just Commander Ninjutsu it again and again. Okay, instead it's a +1/+1 counter. Weird. Okay. So I want to hit their face with Yuriko. I want to... How do I interact with this? I don't want to bounce this. I'll just remove the Zealot. If I don't find a way to interact with Sorin, I'll Vortex it. The One Ring. More lands. It's tempting just to hold our mass bounce effect. Cyclonic Rift is getting into overload range. Tucking this, they just play it again. For 5. But I'd rather get the One Ring card draw going. I think so. Let's get this out of our hand before it gets taken by a Duress. I mean, anything they play, we can just bounce. So it's not that threatening that they can sneak out a vampire. And they don't have any vampires on board to sack to fling at our commander, and we just have more fodder to keep fueling our commander. So this is not what's important. We're playing the kind of game we really want to play. They have to keep all of our creatures dead, and that's why Bitter Blossom is so good in these matchups. As a vampire that says sack another creature to explore. Okay. Yeah, if they're switching to the like I have to build up a vampire and attack you with it plan, we'd love this. Yeah, there's no big -6 or -8 on Sorin. We do have that Overlord of the Bale Mark slowly impending, ticking away. And now we're going to be on the clock from the Bitter Blossom and the One Ring. But we should be able to close here. I really don't want to play this Mana Confluence, though, unless I have to. Yeah, that might be the biggest problem, is can we deal enough damage fast enough? Commander Ninjutsu, I'm only paying 2. Busted. Okay, there's a nice flip. Wow. Threatening to cast it. Is that a good play? As opposed to drawing more cards? I think we'd rather hold up Mana Drain, Enduring Curiosity, Rona's Vortex. Yeah, we got a lot of things here. Knight of the Ebon Legion. That is a vampire. Sorin. It's gonna sacrifice. Are they going face? Nope. Still dealing with Yuriko. Okay. I mean, with the Bitter Blossom combo, like, they really can't get around it. Oh, no. You hate to do it to him. You hate to do it to him. Oh, not the 6-mana Planeswalker into the Mana Drain. No! Nissa, Ascended Animist. It's like a Crater Hoof in the command zone in a lot of ways, although a Stifle is a really rude thing to do to a card like that. We have Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom is so good. All right, I will continue to showcase the power of Bitter Blossom. That's fine. Although green is better at dealing with it. In fact, they have removal for it in the command zone in Nissa. That's something to think about. subtlety. That's pretty good. Yep, a lot of Brawl players, I think, have forgotten just how solid this card can be all the time. I mean, this deck is ramp into ramp, right? That's what it does. Just keep ramping. Brutal. They just had the answer. They just had it from the get-go. Okay. Well, what do we do? What do we do? Could run this out. Let them do whatever they want on their turn, but I have subtlety. I mean, if they play some creature blocker and I subtlety it, we're pretty happy. Okay. We'll just run it out. That is also not the way you would usually Yuriko. Again, this was another game where we could have tried mulliganing for a 1-mana creature to try to do the more traditional Yuriko thing. But we do this instead. Very weird game. They did keep it on top. Let's see if we can set up our top card. Yeah, this is only going to deal 1, but it means the future will deal more. Okay, it could go for Nissa. But they're gonna go for that again. You'll have to keep trying, sad robot. You do not simply get to resolve. Oh, wow. All right, well, they're not blocking, and that can go on top. What a beautiful thing. We have a Ninja of the Deep Hours to think about, but for sure, this and this. Take 5. Shove you. Pass. Now, are you going to Solemn again? Are we really doing this? Look at the open mana, be afraid. Okay. Here we go. I guess I'll Tidebind. Just trying to be disruptive in every way we can. Where do you block? You want to trade with the Tidebinder and give me another Yuriko trigger? Dang it. I was really hoping I could ninjutsu there. But this will have to do. They don't get to draw the card, right? Because the Tidebinder. Long goodbye. Interesting. All right. Well, we do have Sync down there with a Snappy. What if they... I mean, they'll play something. We get to Snap Sync. They'll do something here. And then hopefully we get to ninjutsu the Snapcaster Mage for value. And then things should really get out of hand. Picking and choosing. That is really good. We can't have that. You're gonna have to keep casting those expensive spells. And then once you get the second ninja is when things really get shaky. Because the Ninja of the Deep Hours will draw and double Yuriko triggers. Ooh, we get a remand. They're not gonna like that. I remanded. Oh my goodness. We are horrible. I think maybe you play Snappy there and just try to win the game. That's Yuriko. Our opponent's a top 500 player. Oh no! They're playing Emoti. Bitter Blossom wants to be in every game. Is this good enough? If they have an elf, we can kill it. If they have a spell, we can steal it. If we draw a blue source. Let's give it a try. On the play, I think it's good enough. On the draw, it's pretty slow. No 1-mana plays. I still haven't had a 1-mana creature. You can mulligan for one if you really want to have Yuriko attacking on turn 2. I think that that's a much worse strategy against decks that are likely to get creatures on board, especially creatures they don't mind blocking with. I think a lot of decks would block Yuriko with Emoti and just trade there. So a green is going to play all kinds of little mana dorks as well as other things. And 1 power isn't too much. I don't think this is going to be a Blood Moon type deck, so I think we can just go right for the Undercity Sewers. This can counter the card they get to with Cascade, or it can counter the commander itself. Let's keep it. Also, it can be a blue card for Commandeer, so the bar was pretty low. I would keep almost anything we could Commandeer there. Yeah, a very thoughtful Emoti player. I challenge you to a duel. We'll try being nice first. And then snarky. Really, I'm getting the full rope on a Scry 1. You didn't leave any time for your Scry decision. Don't tell me it's that hard. The Blossom. Hey, the top 500 players playing their cards in a reasonable amount of time. It's a big development. A Mind Stone. Do we want a Mind Stone? I do not. Tempting to just steal that. Not gonna lie. Trying to decide if having any of this open is a good thing. Whereas next turn we can just get the Yuriko thing going, or we can have the Silver for Master down first. Let's just have this down now. Now the Commandeering is off the table, but I think the double ninja attack will get it right back on the table. It also pumps the fairies because they're rogues. Small decisions are a big deal against Emoti. This deck spirals out of control. You got to be doing the right things at the right time. So let's see how they respond to the Silver Fur Master. There's a Cultivate. They are ramping. Incredible. Troll of Khazad-dûm. Let's have this mana available before we attack because of what I plan to do, which is Commander Ninjutsu. And if they stifle it, we have the mana to do it again. Okay. Trigger. Mana Drain. That's pretty good. I think we'll leave up Mana Drain, don't you? So, what's the play? The top 500 player. You must realize you're up against the one in best of one, not the one in the top 500. Sure, you can have that. Not too worried about that. But this little critter? I think we just hold mana drain. We don't need the mana next turn. Not for what we need to do. We can just remove you. It's fine. The Thief. Thief is pretty good. Shadow is also pretty good. Making another Silver for Master goes really hard. But I think we'll take the treasure. Could do this, but that would take a ninja off the field. Why didn't it use this for the colorless? Am I crazy? Oh, it was only 1 mana. Ninjutsu is reduced. Haven't had the Silver Fur Master on board very often. That's a big oops. Burned a mana for nothing. I think I'll recover. Let's just pass. Got him at 4. And they have been holding. Surely they have something now. They have Emoti. Let's see what the Cascade trigger brings. The other option is just to counter the trigger and counter the Emoti, but the Emoti doesn't save them. So let them have a growth spiral, sure. Enjoy. I'll just hit this with the wash away. Easy. Yuriko tempo. Emoti stands no chance. What you got for me? You got Judith, Scourge Diva, aggro. How do our ninjas handle an aggro deck? We have Starting Town for good mana, but it hurts us. We have Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. We have to, right? We absolutely have to. There's no question. I think we just take the 3, because I think over time this will pay off to have this on the field instead of taking 1 from Starting Town starting on turn 1. I mean, the opponent's thrilled with that. Ooh, wash away. I think we keep wash away. I don't want the opponent to see it though. And I don't want to play sewers next turn anyway, so we'll keep like this. But we are going to need the land. Maybe keeping sewers is bad. Because I do need an untapped land. Forsaken Miner. Do we just Yuriko now? It's Yuriko or it's Ninja. Do we want to draw a card and then have a 2/2 on the ground, or a 1/3 in the zone? Let's go with the 2/2 on the ground, because then if we do get Yuriko down later, we get double triggers. And we know what we're drawing. We know exactly what we're drawing there. It's not going to be good for Yuriko. It's not going to deal any damage. Can we get the Judith deck to slow down and play removal? Or are they just going to go all face? All face. So here we could have a Kaito, but I think we want to hold up a wash away for sure. Which means, what are we playing? We don't want to get out Yuriko at the expense of the ninja. Let's see what we draw. That's pretty good. Let's try to scry. And let's set up some pain-free black. Is Reanimate a good card? I think at this point, paying life for things is not what we're trying to do anymore. Too painful. Don't think I need another land like that. Let's fill the graveyard for the trespass. Saw that coming. And now we take our 4 and like it. mean, the ninjas just kind of incentivize us to keep attacking. I think we have to. This Kaito, though, dude, the Kaito +1 is so good. Okay. Bigger ninjas, that's what this requires. Dismember. Let's go up. Gonna make them attack down this Kaito.
I just hate a fair fight.
Yep, I'm gonna make them add to their board to do it too, and I'm gonna scry. I don't want to pay life for the dismember. I'll take the fatal push. And then it's 4 damage off Fell the Profane. Okay, we keep like this. 4 damage off Fell the Profane when we bring out Yuriko for the Fairy Seer. There's a War Boss. Do we want to counter it? It does kill... it. In theory, it does kill Kaito. I think we do. I think we'd kill you. Think we try to keep you alive with a Flare of Denial. 3 spells are good. Does that have haste? Oh my god, it does. But if they attack Kaito, they're not... Okay! Oh my goodness, faces the place. I did not expect that. Whew. Huh. Huh. Bring this out. I get 2 of those triggers and I get a +1. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. I'm at 8 life. I could win the game here. We know one of these hits is for 4. In fact, since we know what it is, we need to be careful with ordering triggers. Yeah, that has to go on the bottom. Okay, it's fine. There's 4. There's nothing. Oh my gosh. So close. Fatal push. Dismember. Let's play this Lantern Bearer. We have defenders. We have 5 toughness in the form of Yuriko with 2 +1s from Kaito. And they're at 3 health. We are showing we can be a superior beatdown deck when we need to be. Bowmasters. Only triggers if I draw a card. Woo! Aha! We out aggro the aggro decks. That's a good sign for your Dimir deck. Yawgmoth, huh? Yawgmoth is a problem. If that card actually lands, oh my god. So Dark Slick Shores, we can go Thousand Face Shadow, but if we don't draw an untapped land, it's gonna fail. I still think we can keep this hand. It's got a lot going for it. Let's go right to the Shadow. Make them deal with it. We could also grief them, but I could Dark Ritual into a grief. You want to just go after the broken cards? I think we wait. Ornithopter. Wow. Did I just get got? Let's just drop a grief on them. See how they like that. So that is a combo piece, but this is the cost reduction they're looking for. If we get the grief back next turn, we're in a beautiful place. So they need to eat and alive the Ornithopter, which opens up the sky for Thousand Face Shadow. Or they can just play out their Putrid Goblin and try to combo us, but we have Baleful Mastery for that. Let's What's it gonna be? It's a tough spot for him. That menace on grief is coming in clutch. Yep. They block nothing? That can't be the right call, but okay. I'll take this grief back. These are both ninjas, so it's 2 triggers. Wow. Just wow. I don't know when I'm casting grief again. I could exile the fatal push. Let's do it. Do they want to play this? I guess I don't care. Let's just take Eaten Alive so that they can't interfere with my beautiful plans. Yeah. Oh, Dismember, yes. Excellent. Okay. That's a block there and a block there. Kill that Ornithopter. It does trigger the Weatherlight completed, but they've got a ways to go before it pays off. Let's just go ahead and do this now. Get that combo piece off the board. Give me the double trigger. Spell Pierce. Tidebinder. Show some blue. Priest of Gix makes 3. Very nice card in Yawgmoth. Now what do they do with the 3? Blood Artist. What else? They're looking at my cards and they're looking at that Spell Pierce. Yeah? No, yeah? Countered. Okay. I mean, they knew. They absolutely knew the whole time. It is fun to taunt. So will they block? Yeah. They just don't want me to have the card. So we could Tidebind the Blood Artist. I don't love it. This needs 4 counters, right? Ooh, 4 points from a subtlety. Nasty. Hit land drop. Every island is a watery grave while Urborg's on the field. There's a lot of reasons that Yawgmoth isn't happening to us. But let's see what happens. Can you now? Most can't. Bastion of Remembrance. Seems like a good target. If they don't have the 1/1, we're still getting in. Trust me, they hate that. I don't know what their problem for lands is. Are they mad that they missed 1 land drop earlier? Maybe. Oh, you're not letting me have a Yuriko trigger, are you? That would be crazy. Draw a card if it has 7 or more counters. If it doesn't, scry 1. It has 4 counters on it. It is a creature. Okay. Just making sure I understand the card. Let's pass. Let's do the flash game. We are set up. And there is Yogg. And there goes Yogg. Where are you going to put that? On the bottom. Give the opponent some love there. They appear to be a fan. And send it. Ah. So this is what Yuriko is like. On the play with one land. Nope. Well, 2 lands. It's the hard way. Still think it's fine. Especially with a ninja and a ginger brute. The real question is like what speed we want to go at. And I think we go right at him. The tap land's unfortunate. There aren't many of those in the deck. When one rears its ugly head at the wrong time. Oof. Swords, okay. Thoughtseize. What's your 2-mana play? Bone Crusher Giant? I think we take that. Would you like to channel Boseiju? They topped Ragavan. Wow. Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. Do I hit him with the Rhystic? I also hit him with the 1/3. Then what do they do next turn? They play this. It's a 3/4, which I can't really remove. Well, if I play the Hacker, what happens? Same thing. I think we hit him with the Rhystic. If they Boseiju it, hey, I'm up a land. That's nice. Yeah, okay, and they're down a land. Interesting. That's a lot of hate. Hate for the study. And we get a Surveil. So, if they get a Subtlety next turn, if they have a land, they can cast it. I guess I'd rather fill my graveyard and risk them hitting another land. But we're kind of hoping they just slam their commander and I deluge them into oblivion. Yep. Whiff. See what happens. See if we can hit a land here. We can. We can also shuffle 2 things away. This is a non-creature spell. Yeah, not great. We do want the Bitter Triumph. I don't think I want the Dark Ritual. I think these can go. It's better early. Right now, we don't have a payoff. Kill their stuff. Play the Catacombs. See what happens. They top the land. Okay. Well, it was bound to happen. It doesn't mean they have a follow-up. Let's play this Hacker. Let's also play Yuriko. Let's just get these on the field. If these both hit next turn, we're in a great spot, and we have 2 removal spells to make it happen. Ooh, all right, let's go. Those expensive cards are catching up to him. Take it 1, take another 1. Don't need you, but I'll take that 1 ring. That's pretty good. And the Stifle, I think, can be discarded. We're on 4, not 5. Can't counter. Maybe we do need the Stifle. I guess the Vortex can go, because we can't counter this Roxanne. And there is a source of cards. Pass. They didn't get it. They got the 3rd land, and then they got the 4th, but then it stopped when they needed the 5th. That should put us very well ahead. The Master. The Seer. And another Ninja. And we'll discard the Fatal Push. Playing the Seer. Dismember and Tail's End. Awesome. Good cards. I'll also send this little guy. Looking like it's over. Avacyn's Pilgrim. Trigger, sure. No Ornithopter, big mistake. That's an emote. Malfunction. Cannon. Ah, yes, straight to hell queue, Yuriko. You get the worst of the worst, the nastiest. I got on the draw, but we have Mana Drain and Counterspell and a turn 1 interactive. I hate it, but I'm keeping it. We have Tidebinder. We gotta try. Oh my god, and then we lose to Chrome Mox? Not like this. What a busted card. Okay, straight to Kinnan, that's fine. Could be worse. Go away. You're gonna have to play it again. And they have the land, so they can play it and have 2 mana. Yep, game over. We just lost. It was not even close. Brilliant play. Yep, they have Counterspell held up the rest of the game. There is no chance. There's nothing we can do. Really needed the mana for Yuriko there. Okay, not bad. This has to resolve for us to have a chance, and we do! No ability. Okay, hold. But we are tapped out and they have 6 mana. So, okay, that's just a dork. No big deal. It's fine. Wow. They sure got me there. Nice clone. It's just no chance, dude. Oh, this can get the Tidebinder back. Okay, they let it go. Now, I could kill this Kinnan and then counter the next one. Oh, that's better. Look at their mana, right? They have a counter spell. Ooh, but I can counter a counter. It's really tempting to get back this Tidebinder, but we might just lose. Okay, we're doing it. Yeah, they can't counter this, right? Oh, wait, they don't have the card in graveyard? Jesus. How did this happen? Okay, well. This helps. Okay. I mean, we have a lot more cards than them, but they have a lot more mana than us. This is actually really interesting. And they drew a land. And a combat has occurred. They're letting us pass. This is huge because we have the Tidebinder Mage available if we say my turn. So let's do it. And we draw a land anyway, so not punished for holding the troll. Full control. Yep, they don't go for it because they know about the Tidebinder. Cat and mouse. Cat and mouse. Man, it's so tempting to activate this, but I don't think I should. I think it's a bad play. It's only a matter of time till they draw some big stuff, but we can counter that stuff. It's also tempting to hold the troll to go with the mana drain, but I just don't think it's happening. I mean, the grave. Dismember. Timing is everything here. They go for it, we counter the ability, and they lose the ability. So they pass, but on their upkeep, kill it. If they want to go for it now, you can counter the ability. So they can't cheat something onto the field that we can't deal with. Okay, Phantasmal Image gone. They're going to have to resolve Kinnan if they want more. And I am not interested in giving them that. This Hexproof Caryatid, though, shutting down Yuriko is frustrating. But it won't last for long. Yep. So we could bounce Yuriko, replay Yuriko, but we're winning. They're at 10. We're almost there. We don't have to do that. Let's start with the memory lapse. Now Kin's on top. They have to wait for it to come back around. I mean, surveil to the top, I'm guessing. Let's draw. Hopefully they can't do anything too bad with us tapped out. Ooh, snappy. Spell Pierce. There's your block. 2 life. There's Kinnan. There's Counterspell. Hit. There's Kinnan. There's Counterspell. Care to try one more time? All right. Evil versus evil. Evil wins. Some would say the greater evil. And we are back for the post-game wraps and final thoughts on Yuffie, aka Yuriko. I am grateful in so many ways that Final Fantasy has brought this powerful commander to Arena. I think these are the best places for it, because while Yuriko might see play in CDH and then have a social stigma of being too powerful of a commander for casual tables, in good old 1v1 Brawl, the Hell Q is in full effect. We are playing against other total badasses who are coming for our life total and trying to destroy everything we play or counter every spell we cast. We don't have to feel bad about flipping an Emrakul the Promised End on them on turn 2 or a Shadow of Mortality. We don't have to feel bad about trying to give it our best and enjoying our Yuriko experience. And for that, I am grateful to Arena, and I think that Yuriko is right where the card belongs. This is a Yuriko country, this Brawl Hell Q to which we battle in, and it is a great place also for many of the other CDH commanders that came to Brawl in the Final Fantasy Through the Ages bonus sheet. So many of the partners and so many other powerful commanders are here that I look forward to bringing you more of them in the near future. Now, I'm off to MagicCon Vegas. Hopefully I'll see many of you there, either competing in my best of one event. I got my deck together. It's ready to go. I can't wait to see who's ready to challenge me. Or maybe I'll see you at the Worst Possible Commander Show live event on Sunday. But if you're in Vegas, do step up, say hello. I would love to meet all of you. It's the main reason I'm there. And I appreciate all of your attention to my channel channel, my videos over the years, whether it's in Brawl, in the collab videos, in Standard, or of course in Commander. I'm enjoying a lot of it, especially these 100 card formats. And to everybody out there who has supported me, the Mesa Falcon gang, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it a lot. Sincere one. As I prepare some videos while I'm gone, I will likely miss a few days as I have a couple trips in a row coming up. It's going to be hard to keep up, but I do have footage set aside from just days when I was having fun playing earlier in the month. So I have some backup footage to release. A lot of it is Brawl, a lot of it's competitive Brawl. And if you are watching this video to this point but are worried about missing Standard content, I do. There will be more Brawl than normal, but I have not abandoned Standard, and I plan to return very soon, probably when I'm back from vacation. So hang with me over the next month. June, July are going to be funky, but if I get something up for you, it'll be because it was something I really enjoyed playing with the little time I had to record these videos. Thank you to all of you. As always, my friends, remember to like, subscribe. You're cool.